Since 2013, in the Tuolumne Calaveras unit, we've had about 1,017 harvest documents come in, covering over 500,000 acres. And in the last recent years, a lot of that work's been done under 1038Ks, which is the drought mortality exemption, going out and looking at stuff. There's been very little problems, which is a real testament to the timber industry we have here with the professional foresters and loggers that we have locally, that they've been out doing all this great work on the ground. We are fortunate here. We have lots of sawmills. There are a couple sawmills and the shavings plant and ultra power. So we're fortunate in this community that we have a timber industry and some facilities for this wood to go to. We have some great partners with the different fire safe councils. We have the Highway 108 Fire Safe Council, the Yosemite Foothills, and the Calaveras Foothills Fire Safe Council. Those guys have been great partners for us to work with over the years. Last year did a fuel break in the Big Hill area, a fire called the Oak Fire that started off of Big Hill Road. The fuel break that the Fire Safe Council put in, the fire ran up the hill and hit that fuel break and basically went out. So those fuel breaks are really effective. Tree removal is not something that we're good at. You know, our hand crews, we're not specialized in climbing trees and taking them down, but the cleanup behind that is something that we can do. So it's been a good example of everyone working together. We do a tremendous amount of defensible space inspections for people, the clearance around their houses. These fires, they don't care what they're burning in, if it's out in the woods or the subdivisions like Miwok, they're going to burn just the same. And, you know, we've talked about this collaborative effort, all these agencies working together, but homeowners are a big part of that. And there's three things that really influence fire behavior: the weather, topography, and fuels. And the fuels is the one thing that folks can work on to minimize the fire danger.
Fire probably historically played a role in thinning out the seedlings and saplings. You know, and so it thinned the forest at a very different stage than we're asking prescribed fire to thin it today. So I feel like the combination of thinning and prescribed fire really restored the structure and restored the surface fuels to more what we'd like to see. The fact of the matter is, with 125 years of excluding fire, a lot of the ingrowth that came in was pretty big. I mean, for example, I counted the rings on some of the stumps here, and you could probably do so when you walk throughout there, but like a fir this size might be 80 years old. You know, if I came in after we started excluding fire, it's really hard to remove a tree that size with prescribed fire and not create a real risky situation. So it's almost like we've gone so far.
Everybody's been telling us all day there's really no near-term immediate solution stopping this unless we get a lot of water in the winters and cold winters to kind of slow down the bark beetle. The bark beetle's going to be in the bark beetle. It's doing what it does,
right.
Unfortunately. But that's the nature of the whole thing. So what do? We got to deal with it. But you just saw out here a forest where they've done some thinning on a scientific measured basis, small scale, but the trees are healthier here, so they're withstanding this bark beetle better than our standard forests, which are the overgrown forests. So it's just a clear answer to me that what we really need to be doing is upping the pace and scale of everything we're doing in the forest to thin it, make it look more like it did 100 years ago. Don't we need to do a little more, maybe mechanical mastication where we can't do fire because of the air pollution standards? And there's a place for that too. But we need a more balanced, but we need to be more aggressive about getting it done, because this is the result. The bark beetle kill is the result of not doing. I hear people talk about benign neglect. It's neglect, but I don't think it's benign. I think it's very serious and strong negative implications of it. So that's kind of my takeaway.